Welcome back to the Linda Miller Room, and this final edition, or the final segments of the Eagle Sports Coaches Show.
We're not canceled already. We just got back.
No, we have to divide this up since we got three coaches now. They asked me to do all this math and all how much of this segment and that segment. Yeah. I don't get paid enough to do that.
Right.
Coach,
well, actually, we worked out the contract.
Yeah, so the legal stuff is over with. Hodges has signed to come on and do the Eagle Sports Coaches Show for a few more times.
It's extended deal, fans. Yeah. We're proud. The highest-rated women's basketball segment in the Ohio Valley Conference is back.
Yeah,
it's back, guys.
We came, the last segment, I mean, the numbers were out the door. Nielsen ratings were, I don't know.
I mean, we're talking about Grey's Anatomy type stuff. We're talking about
final episode of MASH.
Correct.
Super Bowls.
Yeah, American Idol.
Yeah.
In our segment, Jay, that's something to be proud of. We didn't want to, at the core, I just didn't want to take it away from our wonderful fans all over the globe that we bring great Eagle basketball and entertainment to each week. It's about them.
But are you ready to really just blow Daniel's mind?
Absolutely. I'm always ready to blow Daniel's mind, but moreover, Lindsay's mind that we've gotten out of the Christmas season. She's got a little more pep to her step now, which is great to see. So, yeah, absolutely. Let's get this thing rolling.
All right. You ready?
All right.
Now, if you want to get a hold of Coach Hodges during the week.
Correct.
You go right here.
Right here, guys. Right here.
See, this is the best part of the show right here.
Jay, you see that? You see that right there? No, you don't.
No, well, you always go at, and it's always you have to go at that way.
My email address will be about right here.
No, you better give it so they can read it.
I would spell it out with a finger, the index finger, but that would take a little longer. t.hodges@moreheadstate.edu. We encourage your fan mail, encourage your comments, and any coaching advice that you might have, and at Coach Hodges on Twitter.
All right.
It's right here. Right here.
So
right here.
Daniel will take him 30 minutes to put it up.
It's right here.
So
it's right here.
He won't get lunch today because he'll be putting the graphics up.
Well, I didn't think we got lunch around here.
Oh.
Yeah,
look at me. I get lunch every time I want.
No,
but had a great win on Monday night in Clarksville, 77-71. Played a valiant Austin Peay team. I mean, they've struggled some this year, but on their home floor, anytime you can get a road win, it's pretty good in the LVC.
No, I mean they were up by 10 on Murray State on Saturday with about 5 minutes to go. They were up by 10 at UT Martin in that contest last week. I mean, they played good basketball. They just haven't. It's kind of what we went through early in our season, Jay, is they just haven't experienced the end result that they want. But obviously, that was my first win in Clarksville since 2002.
That's a long time.
That is a long time. And it's a tough place to play, tough place to win down there, and certainly proud to get that victory and proud of our young ladies.
After the game, you hopped that last train and got out of Clarksville.
We got the Concorde.
Yeah.
We caught the Concorde out of Clarksville, got a nonstop flight all the way into Morehead, and landed about 4 a.m. this morning.
The pep band went on with about 35 minutes of concert.
Have you ever heard a concert like that? We couldn't even have the post game comments.
It was hard. It was hard in front of the 12 fans that showed up. So
well, I think the 12 fans joined the pep band for a little extra ensemble. It was just amazing.
But it was cool though that the first song they play after the fight song is Last Train to Clarksville, the Monkees.
Yeah, it's a little cliche. I mean, come on. Come on, Austin Peay. You can do better than that.
If I had a song named after my town, look what they do with Frank Sinatra in New York in the Yankee Stadium.
Well, that's the boss.
Chicago,
I mean, that's the man.
Yes.
I mean,
so, well, we have turned it around a little bit, 6-12 on the season. Played, let's see, beat UAB since the last time we got here.
Right.
Beat Kent State, beat Bethel, lost at Wright State but close. Lost at Eastern Illinois, or lost here to Eastern Illinois. Beat SIU Edwardsville. Beaten at Eastern Kentucky on Saturday, and then Austin Peay. It seems like the offense and defense coming together a little bit more.
It is. We're playing our best basketball right now, which is very encouraging through a tough non-conference slate. I'm proud of how we're playing. I was watching the tape from last night right before I came into the Lynn Miller Studios. Brought to you by MSU Athletics. Visit us at msuathletics.com.
Good plug.
Good plug. Do we have an official sponsor?
Not yet.
I think we need an official sponsor.
Did you?
That way, when we say "brought to you by," we can put it right here. You know, maybe.
I think we ought to have it right here. The little like box.
Right.
You know, a logo box right up here.
Our fans want to know who to support because they're supporting us from all over the globe. Marquesas, guys, the Isle of Marquesas is loyal supporters of Morehead State women's basketball.
You know, we had it set up that we were going to do the show from Atlanta that week,
live remote
from Georgia State and UAB.
Yeah.
And then, you know, then the wrangling started and the contract negotiations.
It got dirty. It got ugly. And then, you know, we tried to get TNT and you know, the
TBS,
the Turner guys involved, and they just wouldn't budge.
Well, Lindsay turned down our request for the satellite truck to come to Georgia.
Yeah.
And, you know, it kind of fell apart. So
It's tough.
We were off the air for a few weeks and everything, but you know, thus. What?
I just screwed up our own email address. I cannot. I got so excited to be back.
Email or?
Look, I'm just golly. I'm rusty. I'm rusty, Jay. I'm
you were
sorry. I apologize, fans.
I thought you were Tom, not Rusty.
Well, I'm in a former life I was Rusty. Rusty Nail was my wrestling name. MSUEagles.com. Golly, I give Lindsay a hard time, and she helps me out.
That's what she's here though.
I got to shake it off.
Yeah.
It's been an extended absence from the airwaves. I'm sorry, fans. I'm sorry. I'll bring a better effort to you as we progress here.
You know, it's like anything.
MSUEagles.com.
It's like anything. If you don't do it, you kind of get rusty at it.
Yeah.
And then it, you know.
It's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
Tom Hodges is our guest. We'll come back. We'll talk a little more basketball, a little more American Samoa, a little more about everything. Because that,
geography, it's what it's all about here on the highest rated segment of women's basketball in the Ohio Valley Conference.
We'll be back after this. This is the Eagle Sports Coaches Show. Welcome back to the Lynn Miller Room, or better known as
the Lynn Miller Studio.
Yes, the Daniel Lynn Miller Studio. We're going to, you know,
Lindsey Olson, Dan Miller, Lynn Miller.
Okay.
Jason Blanton.
We'll work on that a little bit later.
Live from Morehead.
So, how was Christmas around the Hodges household?
Oh, wow. Christmas was a great first Christmas with three of us. Cooper, the little man, got to have Christmas with him, got to spend some great time with family in Tennessee, and got to see exactly what grandparents are all about.
Have you got to the point yet to where you go, hold it, you know, if I'd have done that, wait till he grows a little older, and you go, if I'd have done that, I wouldn't have been able to sit down.
These aren't my parents.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who these people are. They're not my parents.
Yeah.
Because I told them, these are just old people cramming for finals is what you're doing. You're being nice to the little guy.
Trying to prepare.
Yeah, absolutely. You're just cramming for finals, you know. But it's great to see. I don't know that Cooper will ever hear the word no. But that's okay. You know, we had a great time, and we got to spend about 4 days in Tennessee while we gave the girls a break, and it was really nice. Really nice to spend time with family and friends.
Speaking of Tennessee, going to Tennessee coming up on Saturday.
Correct.
UT Martin, one of the better clubs in the Ohio Valley Conference. You square off with the Skyhawks.
Sky Chickens on Saturday. Very good basketball team. Obviously, they've won the last 2 Ohio Valley Conference championships, represented our conference in the tournament. They're off to a little bit of a tough start this year, but they just score the ball like crazy down there, Jay.
They played some good competition.
Well,
this year
yeah,
as
I mean
well.
they played Baylor and Stanford and Purdue and Louisville. You know, they've really had a tough road to hoe, and then they've gotten in the conference, and maybe a lot like we suffered a little bit. They've lost 2 games in the conference that you wouldn't think they would lose. So we'll have their full attention, especially playing at their place. They've obviously got 2 of the better guards in the conference, and Heather Butler and Jasmine Newsom. Really anxious to see how our guards stack up against them. It's really how we've measured ourselves up to this point with Almisha and Therese. So it's going to be a fun game.
Therese leading the Ohio Valley Conference in scoring, and of course Almisha just having seems like every other game. I know coaches would like to see every game, but every other game she's been putting the points in for you.
Yeah, I skipped hair and makeup before I got here, but if I hadn't, I wouldn't have any, thing to do anyway. Because Almisha, she goes 0 for 11 against Eastern Kentucky, in a game that you could argue was a very winnable game for us. Nothing against Eastern Kentucky. Certainly, I think they're one of the premier teams in the league. But when your second guy, goes 0 for 11. So I really challenged Almisha, and we challenged her as a staff, and for her to respond like she did, 19 first-half points last night on the road at Austin Peay. She had the same thing against Edwardsville. She scores 30. We get that type of production out of Almisha and T. Casey Ryans is playing at her highest level right now. Kylie House coming on, Tyler Eachwin. Get Mackenzie Arledge playing at a little higher notch. Then we can get things rolling a little bit.
I've been a little bit impressed with Allie Turner the last little bit. It's hard not to be impressed with Allie Turner at times.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it? It's because sometimes Allie Turner's not impressed.
That's true. But she loves the fact that sometimes she's not impressed. Oh,
whoa!
Look at that.
Let's go to the feed. Allie, what do you think about your play so far?
Well, on radio, that's probably not a real good thing. But see, we took this from we took a picture.
Is this a picture?
This is a picture.
This is what we call a picture.
This is from the video. Daniel found
snapshot.
Yep, of the video with Allie Turner, with the same look as the Olympian,
Michaela Maroney.
Yep.
Is that correct, Lindsay? My stat checker, Lindsay Olson. Everybody.
I'm impressed that you knew the name.
Oh, I'm a sports guru, Jay. You didn't know that.
Well, I heard you were a gymnast in your other life.
I am.
Unparalleled bars.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Unparalleled. That is correct. That is correct.
So, but after
pommel horse. He's a big pommel horse guy.
I always love the gymnast the videos when they're running down and they don't make it on top of the horse and they kind of like hit the horse.
Well, Jay, that's a little sadistic, isn't it? My goodness gracious.
I've been doing women's basketball for 25 years. I think I'm allowed to have some stuff.
Right.
So, but
but only us for 3.
That's true. That's true. Came back.
Came back.
Took a little retirement. Came back for you to do it. But
more hits than Elvis.
That's true. That's true. Monday. Cape Girardeau. What do we know about Southeast Missouri State?
Well, they're playing much better this season in Ty Morgenthaler's second season. They've had some big wins. We've had some common opponents that they've done well against. So Ty's done a nice job. He's recruited well. They've got some transfers that came in there that are really helping their program out. It's going to be a big-time road trip for us on the back end of this 4-game swing. To go there and really represent Morehead State and keep us right in the middle of the Ohio Valley Conference race.
5 o'clock at UT Martin on Saturday, 4:45 airtime. The men will follow, then a single game on Monday. You can catch up all the latest news on women's basketball at Morehead State at
MSUEagles.com. Brought to you by J&T.
Yep. And then, of
it's
course,
a J&T connection.
Yeah, if they want to get a hold of you one last time, all they have to do
Right here.
go right here.
Right here, folks.
Yeah.
Right
you
here.
got his email address, and then you got the Twitter.
For everybody in Radio Land.
You use that Twitter machine a lot?
Oh, we're well versed in Twitterverse.
Okay.
We are well represented in the Twitter sphere, and any other Twitter adjective that we can potentially throw in there. But for those in Radio Land, it's t.hodges at moreheadstate.edu. Twitter is at Coach Hodges or at Morehead State, Morehead STWBB.
So that's
Right
the way. That's the way you can
Right
get a hold of Coach Hodges. Good to have you back. I'm glad the contract.
Jay, I'm glad
situation-
we got everything settled, and certainly look forward to an exciting second season. Would it be second season? It would be the winter season. We had our winter finale.
Yep.
We had our winter finale. Now we're going into sweeps. Going into sweeps.
February. It will be
Yeah,
sweeps.
we're going into sweeps, guys.
Tom Hodges has been our guest. That's going to do it for this edition of the Eagle Sports Coaches Show for everyone involved. Until next week, so long, everybody.